These are the best offline games on mobile. We try to give you the best gameplay, free-to-play games, and also premium one. So you will have an option to select those categories. Remember to like this video. If you love an offline game, just click the like button so our team will notice and make the next part. Please enjoy the video of Top 10 Best Offline Games for Android and iOS 2025, free-to-play and premium. Oceanhorn 2. I'm sick of waiting for this game to be released on Android version. I'm pretty sure many of the Android users are still hoping for the game release on their platforms and not only me. Even though we all know Oceanhorn 2 needs a special access to play it by an Apple Arcade member to let the player play it offline. On mobile games, it's pretty rare to find any adventure games that has a super high graphic with a console level. The level difficulty is really challenging, especially when we find some puzzle that needs a high concentration to solve it. The game's combat mechanism absolutely impressed me. We can use melee weapon of sword and also long-range weapon of the gun. Switch the weapon as you like anytime to adjust the gameplay based on the enemy's play role once you face the main boss. Then you need to learn how his attacking pattern to anticipate the attack. Make sure you are always trying on searching the hidden treasure chest that will be located in a hidden area. Eastern Exorcists. Have you ever played this game? Because not many players know and notice it, since the game has an offline mode, which means it's playable fully without internet connection, but the game's quality is pretty good. In combat, there is a lot of action we can do, like parrying action to do a counter attack, blocking, dashing to avoid a heavy damage, and also making a combination attack by tapping the basic attack button and adding an extra hit in the right timing, especially when the lights come up shortly. So timing precision is really important to create a better chance to win the games. Once the enemy keeps blocking, try to hold down the attack to make the heavy damage one and break his defense. What a perfect action and full of attention to detail we should learn. It is full of side-scrolling point of view, so we can't switch the camera perspective. So far, I realized the developer only focused on the combat rather than the storyline. The gameplay is pretty matching with the main concept. Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is what I call with a perfection. As a mobile game, this one really represents a realistic look. Seriously, the developer successfully delivered one of the most played games on PC and console into the mobile platforms, and it seems pretty fit at all. The main gameplay is an adventure where the player should find and clear the main mission to finish the objective. Most of the mission, like doing an assassination, killing the enemy, or getting some important material in a specific area, the player really needs to understand where they should go to continue the journey. It's kind of an open world game that blends perfectly with a role-playing game system. We will find so many dialogue along the adventure. The narrator will explain what is happening perfectly in a great storyline. The combat mechanism is a hack and slash based. It seems quite slow and not a fast-paced level. It's because the developer want to represent what a realistic combat looks like, so we can anticipate the incoming attack much easier. You need to learn on how to do an assassination move, to do a backstab for an instant kill. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. You can enjoy the game only through demo, but the full version should be gotten later on once you clear the tutorial. I guarantee you will keep playing this game because the combat itself is really attractive and interesting. I love how the game looks super smooth and run amazingly on any pawn's level. I've never seen any single glitch or any error. Even the gameplay tension is quite high with a fast-paced combat level. Even the game's tutorial is well explained, but honestly, the game is super challenging. And for me, it's not newbie friendly because most of the enemy will have a sudden attack that we need to block. This action will make the enemy in unconscious condition, and this is the right timing to make a counter. I realized the developer really want to give a great experience of combat, but they also give a lot of animation scenes to represent the storyline. Mega Man X Dive. I remember how good my childhood was. I grew up playing this game's franchise. That's why I really know how good this game is in this list. Even right now, the developer launched the game into offline mode, but we need to get it through the premium way. Trust me, it's really worth playing. If you love to play a human robotic based game, then this game will be your best priority option you should try. The main gameplay is side-scrolling and we should move the hero manually. Forward and also backward are the only direction we can move. Every stage will be guarded by a huge boss that will be faced at the end of the stages. Mostly, his attacking pattern is quite monotone, which I am pretty sure you all can handle, but we need a patience because the boss hold point is way too much, so concentration will be the most crucial aspect for us to be concerned about, with a lot of costumes that are collectibles through clearing certain stage. Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. If you would like to play this game, then it has the exact same way as Oceanhorn 2, where you need to become a member of Apple Arcade and after that you can freely play it as an offline game within a month. Unfortunately, it's only available on iOS platforms only, which we need to wait for any news if the developer would like to release the game on Android platforms. This is one of the best hack and slash games with a sword-based concept. As the game's title, you will become a samurai who's experienced in wielding a sword. The sword is the only main weapon we have, but also there is the other weapon we can obtain and use like a bow and also a dagger to throw from a distance. The graphics are really interesting with a cartoon in 3D design. It will easily attract you because the visual is pretty rare to find now because the game only represents an anime art style. The combat mechanism absolutely impressed me with a dynamic combat that we can combine with a different action to slash the enemy within a huge number. Release the ultimate skill once the gauge meta reaches the limit. Trinity Trigger. I really love to see how Japanese developers are always all in to create a valuable role-playing game genre. They always try to give the best storyline with a lot of cutscenes to deliver the dialogue, even sometimes we'll get some cool of animation visual. All of these things are what the player want who love to enjoy a game with a story-driven base. So the main goal is we need to keep understanding the storyline to know where the next mission is located. If you get lost, try to explore the village and ask the NPC around to get some hint or visit the houses to find a clue. While exploring the world, I'm pretty sure you will find a hidden treasure around the forest, which help you a lot to support in the combat. The combat mechanism is hack and slash based, but we need to get out of the village to hunt the monster. Always focus on the stamina left to keep launching an attack. I hope the developer will update the game and let the player adjust the camera perspective to zoom in and zoom out. Nepa Saga. I wish this game get more attention from a huge games developer. From the graphic, it's totally worth to play and even the combat looks pretty cool with a nice character design. Unfortunately, the combat itself needs a lot of improvement to optimize the experience. For example, it needs a better aiming features because most of our attacks were always missed. It's because the camera sensitivity is not really good enough. The developer should try his game first to know how the touch sensitivity should be. Actually, it doesn't have any storyline, we only need to eliminate the entire enemy that respawn on a certain area. Once we eliminate them all, then the other areas will be unlocked to continue the journey. At a certain moment, I feel like it's way too monotone, there is nothing different at all except killing the same monster. The Partless. This is a premium game that's available on iOS platform only, even though it's been a while since the game was released globally, but surely it's still worth to play now. With a huge open world base, amazing boss creators, a lot of puzzles that need to be solved and how strong the boss monster is. It will boost your adrenaline significantly. Seriously, it's not for a newbie, it needs a lot of effort to find the way out by clearing the puzzle, because it will be so stressful once you are stuck. The gameplay is, we can glider on the air to reach a certain spot. We'll become an archer who's having a bow is the only weapon we have. Shoot the enemy with your weapon and keep your distance away from the boss. Anyway, it's playable on multi-platform for PC and iOS platform. That's why it has a high definition and very smooth gameplay. Have any of you ever played it before? Aralon Forge and Flame. This game should be on your list no matter what year you are playing this game because it's still one of the best open world RPG on mobile. It's been exists for more than 5 years, but trust me, the game's quality is beyond the other offline mobile game we have ever seen now. It's not only about the graphic, but also the game shows us how good the storyline is. The plot twist is showing in detail that makes the story get interesting. So let's start with how the game looks. You will get into a medieval era where the houses, panorama, and how the ambience is well represent a medieval vibes. I love how we can swim under the water and even enemies who's trying to chase us will have a swimming action as well. Such a great attention to detail. With a hack and slash concept, surely the main hero will have a different fighting style based on the characteristic of the job selection. With less than 1 GB and playable with the previous Android version, I'm sure any pawn will be able to run the entire game smoothly without any lagging issues. Bonus, my time at Persia. For the last game from this list, I would like to give you my best recommendation for everyone who's looking for the best new offline game with so many combinations of the game's genre, which are survival, action game, adventure, open world, storyline based. These all genres will you get in one game. So the main goal is we need to collect as much material as you can to craft different tools. The tools that you have will help you a lot to gather some resources. Each of the resources will require a different type of tools as well as the level. Some monsters will respawn around you, chase them and kill them to obtain a material if possible. It's quite newbie friendly because all of the enemy is not really aggressive, even when you just pass through in front of them. These all are the best offline game that I can recommend, with great graphic, amazing gameplay, and surely have combined with free-to-play games and also the premium one. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks!